Heart health, low-income families cooking more at home, and the health benefits of your brew. For February 15th, 2012, this is Food News Today. Good morning. Food News Today is sponsored by ConAgra Foods, who shares with me the desire to provide the most current, interesting, and unbiased food news. Today, well, it's National Gumdrop Day. And get this, in 1882, the first shipment of frozen meat left Port Chalmers, New Zealand for Britain, aboard the SS Dundee of the Albion Line. Hey, there's a disclaimer on the screen that says these facts are useless. Don't forget that. February is all about the heart, and not just because of Valentine's Day. Since 1963, February has been American Heart Month, a time when we recognize that heart disease is our nation's #1 killer, and also a time when we urge everyone to join the battle against this disease. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about every 25 seconds, an American will have a coronary event. The chance of developing coronary heart disease can be greatly reduced by taking steps to prevent and control factors, including high blood pressure and cholesterol. Diet and exercise play a huge role in preventing these conditions. Studies have shown that those who eat 5 or more servings of fruit and vegetables per day have a 39% lower risk of stroke than those who do not. Blue and purple produce like plums, red cabbage, and grapes help lower the risk of heart attack and stroke by dilating our blood vessels, keeping the blood flowing freely. Drinking water and staying active is also great for our hearts. Purchase a reusable water bottle and refill with filtered water, available in most places, so you can have water on the go and remain hydrated and save money at the same time. Making conscious choices when shopping or eating out can go a long way. Help out your heart today and every day. Next up, we have Seth Goldman, the CEO and TEO of Honest Tea, one of the only companies that is brewing their tea from genuine tea leaves, imparting many health benefits onto our consumers. Additionally, all the varieties in Honest Tea's portfolio are fair trade certified and USDA certified organic. I caught up with Seth earlier this week, and here's what he has to say. So, Seth, tell me, what's the real difference between black, green, and white tea?
Well, they're all from the same plant, and the difference is how the leaves are picked and how they're processed. So the white tea is picked sort of at its youngest stage, and the black tea leaves are more mature, and the green is in between the two. And then what happens is the black teas, after they're picked, are allowed to ferment or oxidize, and they take on a darker color, a dark liqueur when they're brewed, and they also have more caffeine as a result. The green teas and the white teas are both lighter, and as soon as they're picked, or shortly after they're picked, they're fired, and that kind of locks in their color, their condition, and also all the health nutrients that they contain.
When I walk down the aisle of a supermarket and I see all the cans and the bottles of tea that are out there, what should I be looking for in the ingredients or on the front of the label?
Well, one thing we think is important is to actually make sure there are real tea leaves in the tea. A lot of these ingredient panels will talk about tea solids or tea concentrate or tea powder. I've never seen a tea solid growing on a bush, so I'm not sure exactly what that is. But we like to see real tea leaves. That's the way to ensure you're getting the real taste and nutritional benefits of tea leaves. And then from there, of course, we also look for organic. Our opinion is that organic is a way to ensure a more direct connection to nature. There's not going to be any other chemical ingredients in there that may not grow on a bush or grow anywhere.
Now, there was a new study that just came out that talked about drinkers of green tea have less disabilities as they age. What's up with that?
Well, it's really fascinating. I've been in the bottle tea business for 14 years, and it literally a month hasn't gone by where there hasn't been some article that talks about the positive health attributes of tea. So it's just impressive. The more we find out, the more it seems to reinforce that tea is part of a healthy lifestyle. And I think sometimes it's self-reinforcing that the people who are more inclined to drink tea are the people who are thinking more about holistic health. So there's probably some of that going on. But in general, you're dealing, the more tea you drink, the better hydrated you are. We always know that's good for you. And then the antioxidants in tea, and especially in green tea, seem to have a great deal of benefits. And like I say, it seems like every month there's some new benefit that's being uncovered.
Terrific. Thanks, Seth. And who knew the tea packs such a powerful, nutritious punch? Next up, our environmental reporter, Rebecca Fisher.
At the beginning of each year, environmental groups come together to discuss their legislative priorities, and this year's main bill is dubbed the Toxics-Free Kids Act. This act would enact a ban on toxic flame retardants in baby and children's products. Currently, cancer-causing tris flame retardants, specifically chlorinated tris, coat the crib linings and stuffed animals beloved by many young Americans. A recent study published by the Washington Toxics Coalition found that 85% of baby and children's products tested contained these chemicals. Chlorinated tris was voluntarily removed from children's pajamas in the 1970s when it was found to cause adverse health effects. Ivy Sager Rosenthal, the coalition's campaign director, stated, "One of the goals of this bill is to stop companies from substituting one banned chemical for another toxic one."
Thank you, Rebecca. These toxic products should never have been around our kids in the first place. That's it for this week's show. Remember, log on to foodnewstoday.com anytime to access our archives, replay this episode, as well as to access our resources. Thanks for watching.